There was no chance Prince William's girlfriend was ever going to avoid the spotlight. And for 8 years, Kate Middleton has lived a very public, though discreet, courtship. She's the girl who caught the prince's eye at university. Middle-class Kate, who's about to become a princess in the grandest of royal weddings.
Well, it's 3 billion people watching. I mean, it is rock star, superstar, absolutely royal supermodel. I mean, this girl is seriously getting herself into the single greatest shape of her life.
Darren Lyons is the king of paparazzi. He's photographed the best and worst of royal family moments for 20 years.
Can someone take it, please? Picture desk!
And in the lead up to the wedding day, Darren's doing his best to get candid pictures of the bride and groom.
All right, Kate!
He knows Kate, especially, sells magazines.
Giddy up. She's the future queen, Darren.
Well, I'm a Republican. It's going to be an extravaganza. I mean, it's one thing the royals do incredibly well, the pomp, ceremony and glory of it all, but it's weddings and funerals. This is British, this is royal, this is what the world wait, watch and see. This is the biggest show on earth.
For Darren's paparazzi army, covering this wedding requires military-style strategy.
Our operation is going to mirror their operation. They'll release it at the 11th hour where Kate's going to be. So there's 4 venues. We're pretty sure we've got the right one.
For centuries, the royal family has relied on the upper classes, the aristocracy, to marry the future king and provide an heir to the throne. But on her wedding day, when commoner Kate becomes Princess Catherine and stands up there on the balcony of Buckingham Palace with her new in-laws, it really will be a changing of the guard, a new generation of royals.
It was a total shock when it came and very excited.
In this interview after their engagement, William and Kate gave a rare insight into their relationship.
I was quite nervous about meeting William's father, but no, he's very, very welcoming and very friendly. So yeah, it couldn't have gone easier really for me.
In 1 hour, she will go from being plain Kate Middleton to being a member of the royal family, Princess Catherine of Wales.
Could you have it in that colour?
Rachel Johnson is editor of The Lady magazine, a bible of society and style in Britain. Kate's story, she says, is a fascinating new chapter for the royal family.
She's a commoner. She comes from middle class stock, the great-granddaughter of a miner. She's educated exactly to the level of Prince William, and she's exactly his age. They've got exactly the same amount of romantic experience, and they have gone into this themselves.
She's certainly not an aristocrat, is she?
She's not. Both her parents worked in the airline industry, and then they started their own company, Party Pieces, which has somehow made a lot of money selling paper hats and crackers. Good for them.
Buckingham Palace is a world away from Bucklebury, the quintessential English village where Kate grew up.
All right, so this is it?
There we go. That was it.
John Haley has a golden ticket, an invitation to the wedding. But he's not a royal, nor an aristocrat. He owns the local pub, which has suddenly become a landmark.
Esquire?
Esquire. Don't even know what that means, but it must mean something special. And there's the invite. There we go.
Look at this. Wow. The Lord Chamberlain is commanded by the Queen to invite Mr. John Haley to the marriage. Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing, absolutely amazing. I should keep that for the rest of my life.
John's known Kate since she was a little girl. Her family are regulars here at his Old Boot Inn. And when Kate began dating William, the couple started popping into the pub on dates.
All right, can you spill the beans? What did the future King and Queen of England order in here?
I think they had fish and chips once, which they really enjoyed because we have all fresh fish all the time. So, but yeah, just ordinary people will maybe have a glass of wine, nothing special, or beer or something. Yeah, so just like anybody else.
One day she'll be Queen, and she sat over here in your pub eating fish and chips.
And she'll be a good Queen, I'm sure. And he's very lucky, William, to have someone like Kate. She is a fabulous girl.
Rachel, shall we ride like royalty?
I mean, it's the fairy tale of our time.
Isn't it just? Any bride on their wedding day is nervous. Can you imagine how she's going to feel?
You know what? I'm not surprised the poor girl's getting so thin.
Rachel Johnson and I are playing Prince and Princess. This is the same model Rolls-Royce and the same route to Westminster Abbey that Kate and her father will take on the wedding day.
She's going to be Princess Catherine of Wales.
Arrives a commoner, leaves a princess.
Leaves a princess.
Westminster Abbey has been the stage for some of the royal family's most spectacular ceremonies. Glittering coronations, elaborate weddings and sombre state funerals. So when Prince William exchanges vows with Kate Middleton, you can't help but think it might be a bittersweet occasion for him. William will leave this grand abbey with his princess. But it was here, as a heartbroken 15-year-old, he farewelled the most famous princess of them all, his mother, Diana.
The world has never seen a day of mourning like the funeral of Princess Diana in September 1997. Despite her tragic death, the comparisons between a young Diana and Kate have been too tantalising to ignore. And Kate even wears Diana's famous engagement ring.
I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to.
So, you know, it's about carving your own future. No one's going to try and, no one's trying to fill my mother's shoes, and what she did is fantastic. It's about making your own future and your own destiny, and Kate will do a very good job of that.
It remains to be seen if Catherine's got this incredible charisma that Princess Diana had, that Hollywood high voltage wattage, that she could walk into a room and it was like, people were electrified by her. Whether Kate wants to do it that way, whether she wants to be a global icon, the biggest celebrity in the world, which is what happened to Diana.
She was a superstar.
She was a superstar, and my suspicion is that William and Kate have shown already that they're very discreet, and they have no interest in that because they saw how it ate their mother alive. That amount of attention and interest and pursuit on the part of the media made her life impossible and unreal.
It's been nearly 14 years since that Paris car crash. The royal family learned painful lessons from the way they handled Diana's life and death. And now you get the sense that a lot of work is being done to protect Kate, teach her the royal ropes.
Well, they really need this marriage to work.
They desperately need this marriage to work. They need it to be the love affair that actually does come true, because they've had so many disasters.
It's obviously nerve-wracking because I don't know what I'm I don't know the ropes really. William was obviously used to it, but no, I'm willing to learn quickly and work hard. And
She'll do really well.
Yeah,
we'll do very well.
In fact, unlike when Diana was alive, the royal family now hires lawyers to protect Kate's privacy. Many paparazzi shots are these days prevented from publication. But Darren Lyons keeps them in a number of secret safes.
There's this of Kate, which is part of an incredible, beautiful set of pictures, which, as you can see, is just
It's an iconic image.
It's an iconic image. It's an image of our time. It's history. Gotta be careful.
These particular photos of a solo Kate in the Caribbean were suppressed in the United Kingdom by royal lawyers, deemed to be too intrusive. What do you think of this photo?
Oh, I think it's the greatest picture ever taken of Kate Middleton, and I think it will be the greatest picture ever taken of Kate Middleton. They don't want another Diana. I've seen her come onto the scene, wanting desperately to become it at the start, but then all of a sudden, it was like, boom, the face went from to. It was unbelievable. The change, the legal change in all of a sudden, oh my God, they panicked. They panicked about who we were going to see and how we were going to see her.
And just as it was on the day of Diana's marriage, the images the world now waits for are of Kate in her wedding dress. In London's fashionable Kensington, I visited Stuart Parvin, who's the Queen's official dressmaker. Stuart, of all of these, which do you think Catherine might go for?
I mean, I think something like this, which is a very grand dress. It's unbelievably simple, but it's made of English brocade, and all the pattern sort of is matched as it's cut. It's very much the choice of sort of aristocratic girl, sort of which will go with an amazing piece of jewellery in the form of the tiara.
This would do well in the Abbey.
It would do.
Yeah. How much does it cost?
I couldn't possibly tell you.
How important is she to fashion in Britain?
I think she's going to become hugely important.
Will Catherine become a fashion icon?
I hope she will. I mean, she's got an amazing figure. She's a very beautiful girl. I think she has all the potential.
This is just amazing, Margaret.
There's a lot of stuff, I have to say.
Life-sized Dianas.
Yeah.
Margaret Tyler is Britain's #1 royal fan.
I should have this one, you should have that one, definitely.
How are you, Catherine?
Fine, thank you. Bit nervous, but fine.
Unbelievably, she has 40,000 pieces of royal memorabilia crammed into her London home. What are these?
Oh, these are Charles and Diana slippers. I think they're rather sweet, actually.
In fact, the royal memorabilia makers can't churn it out fast enough for Margaret. Of all the family, she loved Diana the most. But now, she has Kate.
We think a lot of Catherine, actually. She wants to be known as Catherine. I think she is perfect for Prince William. It'll be so exciting. I don't think I'll get a wink of sleep the night before. I don't know about poor Catherine, but I don't think I will.
And let's face it, it's going to be a celebration, but it is certainly going to be the new royal family.
When the honeymoon's over, literally, Princess Catherine will be fair game as she takes on royal duties, including the expectation to produce an heir to the throne.
She's now got to be a princess. What's the job description? It's look beautiful at all times, never put a foot wrong, stand by your man, gaze adoringly up his nostril as he makes speeches. Would you want to do that? Would you want your daughter to do that?
It could be tough for the thoroughly modern young woman.
It could be tough depending on your personality type, but clearly this is what she wants.